The second half of the 2021 USL League One season officially gets underway this evening with a matchup featuring two teams with just 1 point separating them in the standings, the Richmond Kickers and FC Tucson. These two sides meet here for the first time this season tonight, desperate for 3 points at historic City Stadium that could mean a potential jump into the playoff positions. Let's take a look at the standings heading into tonight. This game, the first of three on the schedule. As you can see, only 5 points separating 4th from 11th. A win for either team this evening could propel them up into the playoff positions. Richmond actually would jump into 4th if they win tonight, and Madison failed to win at Chattanooga. So USL League One standings tight as ever here coming into the second half of the season. Tonight's CBS 6 player to watch is that man right there, 2020 Golden Boot winner, Emiliano Terzaghi. Got off to a bit of a slow start this season, only 3 goals in his first 9 games, but the 31-year-old Argentine now has 5 in his last 5 and is only 4 goals behind Marius Lomas for the league lead. Give this man a yard of space in the 18-yard box, he'll make you pay. Tucson center backs will have to make sure he is accounted for all evening. As for Tucson, keep an eye on Englishman Derry Corf right here, product of the Man City Academy. He was the 2019 PDL Player of the Season, 2020 Super Draft pick, an offensive powerhouse in college. He has 3 goals and an assist this season. A couple of goals last year in the championship for Red Bulls too. He will operate on that left side of the attack for John Perlman. Made a great impact off the bench in last week's loss to Omaha. So we're only a few minutes away from kickoff here in Richmond between the Kickers and FC Tucson. Stick around. We'll be right back with lineups and the opening whistle from City Stadium. You're watching USL League One Soccer on ESPN+.
Health. Suddenly that word seems more important these days, as it's consumed all aspects of our lives and made our universes feel smaller than ever. But at Bon Secours, your health has always been our top priority, and we're staying as committed as always to personalizing the right care for you. Because whether here or from home, we believe your health care should always revolve around you. Bon Secours, primary care for the universe of you. Visit bonsecours.com/primary care to connect with the provider today.
Animal shelter. Could I give Pixie a bath for $3?
Sure.
Wash your car for $5?
Deal.
How about I keep your money in my bank? Just $7 a month.
We already have free checking from Atlantic Union Bank. But wait, I have another idea. Come with me.
It's your money. Why pay a monthly fee or get hit with hidden charges?
How much?
You don't have that kind of money.
Whether you like it cool or hot, or somewhere in between, James River Air will keep you exactly where you want to be. Call 1-800-COMFORT. James River Air, Richmond's #1 heating and cooling company.
We see them compete, striving for greatness, but there's always more to their story. An unforgettable touchdown, a story of survival, a grade school go-kart champion, and a record-breaking triathlete. Go beyond the roster with Lane Casadante, Thursdays at 11. Kristen Lures with your morning drive on CBS 6 this morning.
Problems don't occur when it's convenient. It's a good thing our repairs do. Call James River Air and get after-hours service with no after-hours charges. HVAC, plumbing, electrical. One call does it all. 1-800-COMFORT.
Welcome back to Richmond, Virginia, as we get set for kickoff here between the Kickers and FC Tucson. Let's take a look at tonight's starting lineups, brought to you by ServPro. First of all, for the home team, Richmond Kickers and Darren Sawatsky. The only change here sees Ivan Magallanes return from his red card suspension, which means Luke Pavone goes to the bench. Esteban Calvo back to his usual right back spot against his former team. Calvo started 13 off 16 games for Tucson last season. As for his former team, coached by John Perlman, the left side of the back four returns. Fullback Maxi Shenfield back after his second red card suspension of the season, and center back Dakota Bonathan returns after a week of rest. Also, Manuel Ferriol gets only his second start since late May as he replaces the injured Jordan Pena at the defensive midfield spot. Let's take a look at our blueprint of the game, brought to you by Draper Aiden for Richmond. Stop digging holes. They can't keep falling behind in games. They've led just 19 minutes in their last 5 games. Just can't keep making costly mistakes. And for Tucson, stem the tide. They've allowed 23 goals, the second most in League One this season, with 2 goals allowed in each of the last 3 games. Let's take a look at Jonathan Bolaños there as we get ready for kickoff here. Your referee tonight, J.C. Griggs in the green. Richmond in all red with the white sleeves. Tucson in all white. And we're underway here from Richmond, Virginia. J.C. Griggs, as we mentioned, with the whistle in his hand. Jonathan Bolaños with the ball at his feet. We'll see him play a little more centrally today after spending most of his career on the wing. Darren Sawatsky said he is more of a center forward. We'll see how he does tonight alongside Emiliano Terzaghi. My name's Ross Davenport. Thanks for joining us this evening. Whether you're watching on ESPN Plus, YouTube around the world, locally on CBS 6 in Virginia. Interesting matchup this evening. Both 2 teams desperate for 3 points. Tucson have been playing a lot better under John Perlman. Had a tough loss at home last weekend to Union Omaha. Richmond, with only 1 win in their last 7, could really do with a home victory here in front of the River City Red Army, who you can hear in the background as always in Section O. Tucson do only have 2 wins in their last 8, but also only have 2 losses in their last 6, both of those to Omaha, as mentioned in pregame. A win tonight for either of these 2 teams would vault them up into the playoff standings. That's how tight USL League One standings are at the moment. This is officially, again, the first game of the second half of the season. That's based on total games. 2 more games going on as well this evening. Coming up at 7 o'clock, we'll be Chattanooga hosting Forward Madison, and at 8 o'clock, Union Omaha hosting North Texas. Shaq Adams on the ball now, so on the right side today with Derek Korf back on his normal left side. He came off the bench last week for his first time this season as that one rolls out for a goal kick. As we mentioned, Richmond have only led for 19 minutes over the last few games. Darren Sawatsky said we need more consistency. That's what differentiates different levels in professional sports. They out-created Tormenta last week, gave away 2 silly goals to fall behind 2-0 before getting those goals to tie them up 2-2. Emiliano Terzaghi and Alex Anderson, who as normally starts on the bench this evening for Darren Sawatsky. I'm sure we'll see him later. Golex, as he was known back in his Seattle Sounders days, has been a great impact sub for Darren Sawatsky. Obviously used to coach in Tucson. Darren Sawatsky's first season back in USL League One. Worked with Tucson coach John Perlman. Perlman was more of the operational side of things. This one is going to go out for our first corner of the evening. And it will be from Tucson, who have some big physical presences in there. Charlie Dennis, Tabena Uzo. Kalen Fox making his way into the box now. Taking this one will be Daniel Bedoya, 27-year-old out of Colombia. Played his college ball at St. John's. Spent time with the Red Bulls as well. He'll swing this one in right-footed as we hit the 3-minute mark here. Thanks for joining us at City Stadium. This one's towards Fox at the back post, but it's cleared away by Richmond. Neil Vinyals looking to get it away. Some pressure from Adams, though. Richmond do just go long. Good work there from Shaq Adams, one of the fastest players in the league, and he's going to show his speed here. Into the right side of the box, looking to get the cross in. One will go out for a goal kick as Akira Fitzgerald claims the ball just before his near post, but it was already out for the goal kick. In that 2-2 tie with Tormenta last week, Richmond outshot South Georgia 20-13. Tormenta only had 3 of those 13 shots on goal. Of course, one goal came via penalty. Marco Michelot, that was in the first minute of that game after a mistake by Jalen Crisler. But here come the kickers. Bolaños up the middle. He had Viñas on the left, but couldn't quite find. Does in the end. Now on the right-hand side here. Strike by Falk. Saved by Wallace Lapsley. Richmond will have to go quickly back the other way. Tucson on the counter. Here's Korf. Again, a player to watch this evening. He had the assist, we'll put assist in quotes, on Connor Doyle's own goal last week. Many of us thought that Shaq Adams appeared in the back of the net, but it was credited to Connor Doyle. Since 1947, Select has been the leader in soccer ball quality and innovation. Select is the official ball supplier of the USL Championship, USL League One, and many of the elite leagues throughout Europe. For the latest Select products and special offers, please visit www.selectsportamerica.com. Bedoya looking to turn. Tucson will clear long. Here's Korf. There is Noah Frankie. We mentioned Maxi Shenfield on the opposite fullback spot. Had 2 red cards this season, as does Noah Frankie. Both fullbacks for John Perman with a pair of red cards this season. Spoke to John Perman earlier this morning. Similar to Darren Swaski, said they just haven't been good enough in the concentration phase of things. Just too many silly mistakes. For Tucson, it's been more in the final third that they really couldn't get much going against Omaha last weekend. Here comes Stanley Alves, looking for his first goal as a Richmond kicker. Lapsley out to play that one though, and goes wide to Frankie. It's Charlie Dennis, left-footed Englishman. Lovely ball there, but well, I was going to say it looked like it was going to be lovely, but there was nobody from Tucson in the vicinity. Shaq Adams checked his run. On the ball there's Zaka Moran, first year Richmond player from Argentina. Also brought in Hernan Gonzalez from Argentina this season. He hasn't featured quite as much, started early. They see him off the bench this evening. Big physical presence up front. Great hold-up play. Shout out to the Tucson watch party this evening at the Royal Room in Arizona. Nice turn there, Charlie Dennis. Excuse me, Derry Korf. Cutting in from his left side, finds Adams. Looking for Uzo here, surely. Clearance there right in front of Uzo. That one will go out for our second Tucson corner of the evening. We do see Shaq, you will see Shaq Adams popping up on both wings as well as Derry Korf. Darren Swaski's well aware of the attacking prowess of some of these Tucson players. Mentioned Adams and Korf in our press conference earlier this week, as well as how Tabana Uzo has changed their attack, really going more direct now to the big man out of SC Arizona. The ball comes in far post, is flicked away by Victor Falk, will go out for a throw. As you mentioned, Manuel Ferriel starting in defensive midfield for Tucson tonight. Jordan Pena out for a little while with an injury. Ferriel was actually supposed to start last week against Omaha, but got a little sick. Ended up coming off the bench and made a nice effort off the bench, a nice impact I should say, along with Korf and Joao Delgado. Here's Charlie Dennis, don't let him shoot with that left foot! That's just over the top corner of Akira Fitzgerald's goal. Charlie Dennis can strike them from distance. We'll see him on set pieces this evening. Let's take another look at that attempt by Charlie Dennis. 22 yards out or so, just never had quite the pace to beat. Akira Fitzgerald was obviously over the bar as well. Richmond come into this one tied for third with 4 clean sheets on the season. They've allowed 11 of their 19 goals in the last 5 games. Been leaking goals, as John Perlman said, of late. He'll be looking to take advantage of that. John Perlman will be looking for his a clean sheet, though his team has yet to produce one of those of late. Here's Shaq Adams. John Perlman says he's not worried about the attacking aspect of his team. It's really the defense. He knows that the teams in this league that keep games close, that don't allow goals, are the ones that are at the top. As you've seen Greenville be one of the stingiest defenses in the first 2 seasons as a finalist and last year's winner. Not quite as good this year, though. Nice ball there for Bedoya in space. Finds Shaq Adams. Looking for help back inside. Finds it. Noah Frankie on the overlapping run, crosses it for Uzo. It's off the top of his head. Uzo with 2 goals in the recent 4-2 win over New England. 2, both with his head. Here's Stanley Alves. Flicks it over to Bolaños, who was a little casual with that. Probably should have got on his horse a little earlier. Allowed that one to almost roll out and had to take a goal kick instead. Tucson look to build from the back. See him going a little more direct though so far tonight. Korf chasing this one down. All Frankie can do is put that one into the bleachers at historic City Stadium. Nice crowd this evening in Virginia. Beautiful evening. Next game for Richmond will be on the road though at Toronto. Talked to Darren Sawatsky this week about the challenges of going across the board. We saw what happened to Greenville last night. They barely had enough outfield players to fill the bench. They really had 13 healthy outfielders. Not everybody was able to get across the border, but Greenville pulled out a point, even being a man down. With Brandon Fricke's red card, that was a big point for John Harkes' men. This one's given away. Here comes Frankie now, inside to Dennis. Cross comes in. It's over everybody. But Frankie will keep it in. Ivan Magallay is over to pay him some attention. That's flicked and cleared away. Talking about the fullbacks for Richmond. Devontae Dubose on his way back from a knee injury. He's training. Going to be close to that return. Ian Antley obviously out for the season with his own injury, so Darren Sawatsky should get one of his expected starting fullbacks back soon. Bolaños onto his right foot. Looks for help. That wasn't the best of balls there. He gets the ball back, strikes it with his right foot. Blocked there by Fox and out for a throw. Sawatsky said Antley and Dubose have only managed to play 1 game in the 2 seasons, 1 game together, I should say, in the 2 seasons that he's had them. This one's half cleared away. Dennis and Falk in a little battle there. Falk wins the battle. Vignals. Someone who can certainly strike them from distance. He'll lose that one, though. Out for a throw. Tucson 2-3-2 on the road this season. Tied for 3rd in the league in passing percentage at 83%. They also lead the league with 6 red cards, as well as an 18% shot conversion rate. As Uzo dropping back. Get involved a little more early here. It's Chris Cole. Excuse me, Schenfeld. Bedoya. Cross comes in. Lovely interception by Ivan Magallay as Chibena Uzo was waiting at that back post to put that one home. The Brazilian with an important interception there to keep things scoreless. Let's take another look at that key play. It was Derry Korf down that left side. It was a lovely cross in, and that was going to be 1-0 if Magallay hadn't got a stretch foot out So that one, he's been one of the best center defenders in the league over the last couple of years. Richmond missed him last week with the red card suspension. Here comes the corner. Looking for Uzo. It's flicked on all the way to the back post, though. Uzo again. It was by Kalen Fox in the end. Is this one? That'll count as a shot on goal, but it was pretty easy for Akira Fitzgerald to handle. USL League One leader in all-time saves. Makes another one to add to that total. He's 4 clean sheets this year, Akira. Only 3 of those came in the first 5 games. Doesn't have any in the last 6. Get the all-new 2021 Richmond Kickers kits and check out the new product lines at shop.richmondkickers.com. Richmond in the home red tonight. They also have that cool grey looking kit that they wore last weekend. All the teams in the league really coming through with some superb kits this year, especially of the black variety. As Akira Fitzgerald in his neon yellow kit clears one down into the Tucson half. It'll be hoofed away by Kalen Fox, who had a great game last weekend against Omaha. Got forward at every opportunity he could. This one's turned over by Adams. Terzaghi, first time we've called his name tonight. Looking to turn his way out of trouble. The 31-year-old doesn't. It's going to be a free kick as Schenfeld is fouled. We talked to John Perlman about his fullback's affinities for getting red cards. He said it's just a mental thing. They're not nasty players. They just have to learn when to control themselves. Tons of space here on the right. It's Noah Frankie. He's got Adams and Uzo in the middle. This one's cut back to Adams. First touch was good. Uzo may have been offside. And there goes the whistle. Everybody sort of stopped playing. Uzo put the ball in the back of the net, but it won't count. First offside call of the evening for either team. It's one of those ones where it looked too obvious. Uzo did the right thing, didn't stop, but he was called offside anyway. Foul there. Richmond Kickers' only win in their last 7 was a 3-2 victory at at home against North Texas back on July 3rd. They came from behind twice in that game. They've had to show a ton of resiliency just to pick up points recently. Mentioned only led for 19 minutes total in their last 5 games. Good step up there by Fox. Ferrier. Good play by Falk though, so he turns that one over. He's got options to his right. Lovely ball to Terzaghi. He goes down under pressure from Fox, and it's going to be a penalty. Kalen Fox with his head in his hands. The ball was very far ahead of Emiliano Terzaghi. Fox claiming there was a dive. It took JC Griggs a couple of seconds to make a decision. You can see Kalen Fox showing exactly what Terzaghi did. Terzaghi, a wily veteran. The ball wasn't really going anywhere. It was a good distance ahead of him. You can see how Kalen Fox feels about that decision. So Emiliano Terzaghi looking for his 6th goal in the last 6 games. We're going to see a rare lead in recent times here from the Richmond Kickers. We're in the 19th minute. Terzaghi versus Wallace Lapsley. The lead leaguer in saves. Can he add one more here to keep this game scoreless? Comes Terzaghi with the right foot. Good finish by the Argentine, and it's 1-0 to the Kickers. His 9th goal of the season. One short of his 10 goals from last year. Take another look at the penalty. Wallace Lapsley went the wrong way. Terzaghi with a solid finish. They give the home team a 1-0 lead here early on in Richmond. So a 19th minute penalty by Emiliano Terzaghi has the Richmond Kickers up 1-0. Take a look at the foul that led to that replay. I mean, led to the penalty in a minute. Here comes Tucson, though, Shaq Adams. Bedoya. Crowded out, but a nice ball to Uzo. Looking to turn. Bedoya lofts this one over towards Korf. Not the best of first touches, though. Now go out for a goal kick. Let's take a look at the foul by Kalen Fox that led to the penalty. It was a lovely ball through by Falk. Terzaghi might not even have got there first. Barnathan looked like he was going to perhaps get to that ball, and it was just clumsy from Fox. But Terzaghi knew exactly what he was doing, sold it well, and J.C. Griggs blew the whistle. There's a look at Darren Sawatsky in his traditional black. His wife does bake the team cookies when they win, so maybe she'll have to get that oven started. But a long way to go in this one. Tucson with plenty of offensive firepower, as we know. Here's Frankie cutting back inside. Bolaños will force him all the way back to Fox. Careless there from Frankie. Pass wasn't the best for Bedoya, but it does go out for a Tucson throw. It's Charlie Dennis now looking to get forward. Korf. Two Englishmen working together. Schenfeld on the overlap. John Perlman said they really missed Schenfeld last week. He gets them going forward from that left back spot. Bolaños is not going to beat Barnathan to this one. He'll go all the way back to his goalkeeper Wallace Lapsley, and that's awful from the 36th pick in last year's MLS Super Draft. Wallace Lapsley wasn't under a tremendous amount of pressure and just carelessly kicked it out. Lapsley started all 13 games this season, the Seattle native. He only has one clean sheet there. That came in a 0-0 draw against North Texas, one of the 6 scoreless draws this season. He's allowed 2 goals in 3 straight games. Halfway now to its 4th straight time. Here's Zaka Moran. First corner of the evening for the Kickers. Right in front of section up. Here comes the delivery to the front post, and not over the head of Dakota Barnathan. Bedoya will try and chase this one down, and does manage to keep it in. No, he doesn't. So just over halfway through this first half, Richmond with the 1-0 lead thanks to the Emiliano Terzaghi penalty. My name is Ross Davenport. Thanks for joining us this evening. This ball's crossed in looking for Bolaños, but cleared away by Fox. Terzaghi using his body well on Schenfeld. Schenfeld returns the favor, though, and clears away. Only as far as Zakamaran. Uzo with Jalen Crisler, the man who gave away last week's early penalty, all over it. Good work there in the end by the former Gonzaga man. Here's Viñals. Alvarez was making the run towards the edge of the box, but Viñals decided to go left instead. This one will be a free kick off Bolaños. August is USL Supporters Month, and we want to hear from you. Visit uslchampionship.com/supporters-month for more information on how you can get involved and have a chance to be featured as the supporter of the week. That's uslchampionship.com/supporters-month. Schenfeld. Tucson with just the one shot on target so far. Despite the fact that FC Tucson has nearly 66% of the possession in this one. Just haven't been able to do much with it. It's Frankie. Off the ball down the wing for Corfu, who's now switched wings. The Englishman looking to cut things back in. Right for the shot! Just flashes by the far post of Akira Fitzgerald. Mentioned Supporters Month. You can also go to USL League One /supporters-month. Let's take another look at that shot across goal from Derry Corf. Akira Fitzgerald was never particularly troubled by it. Zuzo was making that front post run. Going to be a foul on Maxi Schenfeld. No card yet for Maxi Schenfeld. Mentioned he has the 2 reds. He also has 5 yellows on the season. He was sent off against Toronto and New England too. He was a USCAA national champion with Florida National in his one season there. Also spent time with Miami FC, FC Tulsa. 28-year-old. No, we did get a card. A late one from J.C. Briggs. Neil Viñals will take this free kick just a couple of yards in front of the FC Tucson. There was no yellow card on that play. Just the foul. Schenfeld remains clean so far. Comes the cross off the arm, but going to be just a corner, which is really the same as a free kick from there, to be honest. Bedoya's hand was in a natural position. He was very close to the cross. So probably a fair decision there by J.C. Griggs and his help at the assistant referee position there, Zaka Moran. Making a call for some kind of play. Flicked onto the roof of the net by Emiliano Terzaghi. He does score with his head for a short lad. It was a good attempt there. It was the only place he was really going to beat Wallace. Lapsley was to that far post. Lapsley had good positioning on the near post. Shaq Adams now on that left wing. Mentioned him switching with Derry Corf. Something that John Harkes also does with Greenville quite a bit, switching the wingers. Not true wingers in this 4-3-3 formation though. As this one's turned over. Good work there, back by Terzaghi. Comes Alves and tons of space in the center circle. Finally, Dennis gets back well, though, and forces Alves to make a U-turn. Good work here from the kickers. Chozagi's going to shoot from distance. Ola Slapsley watched that one go past his far post without much difficulty. Fourth shot of the game for Richmond. Uzo. They're going to call a foul on the Nigeria, much to his disgust. He's got to be careful here. There's the former Coastal Carolina Houston Baptist star. I'm sure John Perlman doesn't want to see him drop that deep, but he's trying to get involved. More of a traditional target man at number 9. Another game without a clean sheet for FC Tucson. John Perlman said this week his defense must be more stingy. They need more of those 1-0 wins, more of those moments of concentration, or let's just say less moments of those lack of concentration. Not sure we can call that a lack of concentration from Fox. Just a little clumsy, perhaps. Again, Emilio Chozaki sold it well. This one goes all the way back to Dakota Bonathan. Has more than 50 USL Championship appearances under his belt. Former Timbers U23 squad, Park Rangers, Ottawa Fury, Pittsburgh Riverhounds, now finding his home in Tucson. 26-year-old captain for FC Tucson. Let's go look at that Tucson bench. Some talent on that bench. If John Perlman should need it later. Giovanni Calixto, one of the league leaders in assists, on the bench. It's going to be a foul. Stanley Alves goes to ground. Now we're going to have our first yellow card. It's Daniel Bedoya. Gets shown the yellow by referee J.C. Griggs.
Yellow card has been issued to Tucson number 8.
It's his 5th yellow card of the year. We mentioned Giovanni Calixto, João Delgado also on the bench for John Perlman. Perlman said Delgado's due a start at some point here soon. He's been playing that well. There's another look at the foul from Bedoya. Ooh, it was nasty. Caught the ankles of Alves from behind. Not sure what the Columbia could have to complain about there. Vinyals will take the free kick, looking to float this one into the box perhaps. Jonathan Bolaños also over the ball. Here is the ball from Vinyals, off the head of Uzo, and out for a corner kick. Richmond's 3rd corner of the evening. Over to take this one will be Chris. Oh, it is the throw-in. I take that back. It was a little out of shot. Couldn't tell 100%. Chris Cole, we haven't mentioned him much tonight at all. Quiet night for the left back. This one's flicked on. Will be cleared away in the end, but only as far as Falk. His first touch lets him down a little bit. He looked to make up for it, but doesn't. Gives it away to Shaq Adams in a ton of space. Magiaya is on his horse. Shaq Adams rides that challenge and now tries to go by Calvo and does so. Shaq Adams, what a run! Finally gets slowed down by Victor Falk. Great run there by Shaq Adams. We've seen those from him over the years in League One. Frankie. Korf. Oh, lovely fake by Derek Korf. Into the box. Is he fouled by Calvo? No, it's going to be a corner. Derek Korf beat Calvo beautifully. Then just kind of half stumbled, was perhaps looking for the penalty. Didn't get it. Instead, it will be the 4th corner of the evening for FC Tucson. Lovely work there down the right, though, by Derek Korf. Played at Wright State. We had 14 goals in his final season. That was the most there in 34 years. Here comes the corner. Looking to the far post for Fox, but it's cleared away. Back in by Ferriol though. Uzo with the first touch on the turn. Shot's blocked. Falls to Bedoya. Onto his left foot. That shot's blocked as well. And now Richmond with a chance to break. A risky tackle there by Bedoya, who already had a yellow, but he came off with it. Here's Dennis. Up to his favourite left foot. That was going to be just like the last one. And over Akira Fitzgerald's goal. But a good bit of pressure there by Tucson. This is what this front six can do when they're in sync. John Perlman said, when this team is in sync, I don't think anyone has more danger. I've told them every moment in training matters, though. Get that sync going. They had it in spurts over these last 4 games since Perlman took over, but still not getting that consistency. We're underway in Chattanooga, 0-0 there early between the Red Wolves and forward Madison. Tucson looking to build from the back here. Korf. Barnathan. Good work by Bolaños, and then almost as good work by Frankie. Good pressure here by Richmond, looking for the turnover, and they will get it in the form of a free kick instead. Derek Korf not happy with the decision. A win for Chattanooga tonight would vault them into first place in the USL League One, but perhaps only temporarily. Union Omaha could reclaim it tonight against North Texas. Looking to start the second half of the season on a high note, Oakland Roots SC welcomes high-powered Phoenix Rising FC when the USL on ESPN continues. Don't miss any of the action from the Golden State this Wednesday, August 4th at 10 p.m. Eastern on ESPN2. Comes Frankie. Korf. Double teamed over there, but cuts back inside, finds some more space. Still Derek Korf. He's looking for the 1-2 with Uzo. It's blocked there by Zaka Moran. Terzaghi. Richmond with a lot of players back though, having to take their time here. Cole. Bolaños. Nice ball to find Vinyals, but a good poke away by Kalen Fox. Charlie Dennis. Schenfeld in some space. A lot more involved tonight than he was last weekend against Omaha. It's Ferriol inside to Uzo. Bedoya. So the overlapping run of Frankie. The cross in is knocked away by Moran and out for a throw. Frankie will take it. Long throw might be an option here, but he's going to go short. Frankie will go all the way back to Kalen Fox. Schenfeld. Ferriol. Looks like Stanley Alvarez may have taken a loose hand in the eye. Nice ball here. Good possession now from Tucson. Still with nearly 60% of possession for the visiting team as Bolaños was gonna, I think that was an attempt at a shot from distance. Tried the Robert Christo method, but didn't quite come off this time for Bolaños. Stay up to date with team news, scores, and more on the Kickers mobile app. Download it now on the Apple App Store or the Google Play Store. That's the Kickers app. This one goes all the way back to Akira Fitzgerald, former Wake Forest star, longtime Carolina Railhawk. Good passing here by Richmond. Tracking back nicely though is Frankie. Under pressure now from Bolaños. Bolaños just sort of leans into him and fouls the Tucson right back. Approaching the 40th minute here. Richmond 1, Tucson 0. A penalty in the 19th minute by Emiliano Terzaghi, the difference in this one. As Richmond look for only their second win in the last 8. Again, a potential win here for Richmond could vault them up into 4th place. Depending on some results elsewhere, they would need another goal or two to jump above Toronto FC on goal difference. I guess wins is the first tiebreaker though, but they would certainly jump into the playoff positions. Currently sitting 6th as the scores stand. Dennis. Lovely chip towards Uzo. Had goal side of Magalhaes, but the Brazilian got a foot in there. Still hasn't been cleared away though. Korf. Dennis was caught, but it's going to be a foul on Dennis. Uzo thinks it should have gone the other way as Dennis. Jalen Chris will have a couple of words. Zaka Moran is down. Dennis is going to have a word. Well, I should say J.C. Griggs is going to have a word with Dennis perhaps here. Zaka Moran, former Argentine under 17, who signed in February, played 7 times for River Plate. Originally with Chacarita Juniors. J.C. Griggs just tells them to calm down. Both players going for the ball, just a little bit late from Charlie Dennis. Don't forget to stick around for the Noodles and Company halftime report. We'll have news and notes from around the USL. Halftime highlights, obviously. First half highlights, I should say. Here's Alves. Dan Sawatsky. We asked Dan Sawatsky where he sees Stanley Alves playing. He likes him as a number 10 right now, playing behind those front 2. Still wants to exploit those spaces on the flanks. Vinyals and Falcon time. They play more of a 4-4-2 with a diamond, not so much true wingers. Bolaños and Matt Bolduc on the bench. We've seen those wing spots earlier this season. Here's Frankie. Good turn by Korf, beats Vinyals. Now looking to beat Magalhaes. Vinyals gets back nicely though, but Korf still has it on the right side of the box here. Looking for some help, finds it in the form of Frankie. His right-footed crosses towards the back post. Adams cuts it back for Uzo. With his back to goal, lays it back to Dennis. His shot's blocked. Terzaghi will come away with it by Esteban Calva. Back to Terzaghi, but a good tackle there from Manuel Ferriol. A couple of half chances there for Tucson. Yet to really trouble Akira Fitzgerald though in this first half. Only the one shot on target. 2.5 minutes remaining in this first half from Richmond, Virginia. Barnathan in a collision with, I think, Terzaghi. It was an ugly one. The whistle didn't blow, though. Now it will blow, so I think Terzaghi may still be on the floor. Both players are down. As we get another look at that challenge here in a second. Schenfeld holding his, it's like both players are holding the exact same area, their right legs. Let's take another look at that challenge. The 50-50 ball. Not sure if anybody got there first. Perhaps should have been a foul on Schenfeld. The referee J.C. Griggs decided it was just a 50-50 ball. Schenfeld still in some pain. Terzaghi trying to shake it off. Maxi Schenfeld is going to receive the yellow card. There was no signal for a foul on the play by J.C. Griggs. He didn't show any advantage or anything like that, so that's a bit of a puzzling one for Schenfeld. Probably the right decision, though. Schenfeld got there just after Emiliano Terzaghi. Schenfeld still feeling the effects of that challenge. It's Maxi Schenfeld's 6th yellow card of the season to go along with his 2 reds. So he'll have to be careful the rest of the way. Tucson do have Alex Knox available on the bench if need be at left back. That's where Knox started the last game when Schenfeld was suspended with that red card. So approaching injury time here at the end of the first half from Richmond, Virginia. Kickers up 1-0 on visiting FC Tucson. Just the Emiliano Terzaghi penalty separating these two sides. Two minutes of injury time to be added here at the end of the first half. First half which has been dominated possession-wise by FC Tucson.
Fourth official indicating 2 additional minutes. 2 minutes. Yellow card was issued to Tucson.
Neither team with any superb chances on either goal apart from the penalty kick. Lapsley and Fitzgerald have been relatively quiet. Here's Shaq Adams. Well, Tucson having one late chance here in the first half. Ball crossed in for Uzo. It was a lovely delivery. Magallanes looked like he got a shoulder in there. Ahead of Uzo, as you can see, is livid about the goal kick decision. It was a great ball in from Schenfeld. First decent ball we've seen into Uzo in the air. Let's take another look at that cross here. You couldn't really tell from that angle. Uzo had a good look at it though. He was claiming the corner but didn't get it. So we're into the final minute of injury time here at the end of the first half. We have a goal in Chattanooga. Second straight game with a goal for Carrera Garcia as the Red Wolves have taken an early lead against Forward Madison. 7th minute goal there by the captain. Scored on the free kick last week against Greenville. Kickers now with a chance down the right. Ball played in, was looking for Terzaghi, but a good foot by Kalen Fox. Other than the penalties, had a good first half as the big center back. This was crossed in by Alves. Terzaghi in a ton of space. It was a lovely defensive play by Barnathan. And he's fouled by Terzaghi. First time tonight, Terzaghi's found that much space in open play. It was well defended in the end by Barnathan. Played his college ball in Virginia with VCU, and that's going to do it for the first half here from Richmond, Virginia. A 19th minute penalty by Emiliano Terzaghi, his 9th goal of the season. Has the Richmond Kickers up 1-0 against visiting FC Tucson here. Both teams looking for a big 3 points as we start the second half of the USL League One season. Stick around for us halftime report brought to you by Noodles & Company. Richmond 1, FC Tucson 0. Tucson looking to get back into this one in the second half. We'll be right back with you. Stay with us here. You're watching USL League One action on ESPN+.
Suddenly, that word seems more important these days, as it's consumed all aspects of our lives and made our universes feel smaller than ever. But at Bon Secours, your health has always been our top priority, and we're staying as committed as always to personalizing the right care for you. Because whether here or from home, we believe your health care should always revolve around you. Bon Secours, primary care for the universe of you. Visit bonsecours.com/primary care to connect with the provider today.
Saving money for the animal shelter. Could I give Pixie a bath for $3?
Sure.
Wash your car for $5?
Deal.
How about I keep your money in my bank? Just $7 a month.
We already have free checking from Atlantic Union Bank. But wait, I have another idea. Come with me.
It's your money. Why pay a monthly fee or get hit with hidden charges?
How much?
You don't have that kind of money.
You can call James River Air, or you can schedule service online. Either way, we'll show up on time or it's free. James River Air, Richmond's #1 heating, cooling, and plumbing company.
If you thought only athletes were superstitious, then you haven't met the CBS 6 This Morning team. Like Rob here. He has to do everything 6 times before the newscast even begins.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Tom's all worried about stepping on cracks. And Reba, she has several good luck charms. It's getting out of hand. Oh, watch the ladder. Oh my goodness. Are you okay?
Make CBS 6 This Morning your superstition. Watch 4:30 to 7.
Trust, but verify. Let James River Air give you a free second opinion on any HVAC, plumbing, or electrical problem. It won't cost you a dime, and it could save you a bundle. Call 1-800-COMFORT and ask for your free second opinion.
Welcome back to halftime here between Richmond and Tucson. Halftime is brought to you by Noodles and Company. Ready to kick a dinner-winning goal? We're ready to put in the assist with a big discount from your friends at Noodles and Company. To make the play, all you have to do is pull out your phone, download the Noodles Company app to get $4 off any order of $10 or more. Then enter the code KICKERS21 at checkout to keep your whole team happy. And once you're a rewards member, the savings will keep on coming. Download the Noodles app today and win dinner tonight. Let's take a look back at the highlights from early this week in USL League One. First game we'll take a look at here is between Chattanooga and Greenville, 2 of the top 3 teams in the league coming into this one. It would be Chattanooga that would take the early lead. A clumsy foul here by Evanly, resulting in a very dangerous free kick for the home team. And Carrera Garcia would put it away via the deflection to give the Red Wolves the early 1-0 lead. And things would stay that way until about a half hour to go. That man, Marius Lomas, would pop up with his 12th goal of the season to give Greenville a key point on the road. Aaron Walker with a lovely ball in. Marius Lomas just first one to it. And that would tie things up here on the turf in Chattanooga. You can see what that goal meant to Marius Lomas. Is John Harkes there in the white shirt. We'll see a bit more Greenville later in these highlights as they will pick up another key point on the road later in the week. This one back to Bree Stevens Field. What a crowd there for this one. I know a few saw sending them crazy with this goal. What a strike. I don't think Drake Callender even knew about that goal till it was past him. So Madison with a 1-0 lead. And talk about late. This was in the 100th minute. Little ball chipped across and everybody seemed to forget about that man, Mitchell Curry. The game-tying goal in the 100th minute for the visitors. And a key point for the youngsters from South Florida. The late game last Saturday night would feature the top team in USL League One, Union Omaha, with a tough road task against FC Tucson, the team we're seeing here tonight. You can't miss Omaha in these bright jerseys. You can't miss this goal by Damir Villadere. What a left-footed strike that was from the left back, one of the best fullbacks in USL League One. That would give Omaha the 1-0 lead in the first half. And here they come again. The lovely ball slipped through here to Greg Hurst. Goes around Wallace Lapsey and puts it home with the left foot. That assist by Devin Boyce. That would give Omaha a 2-0 lead. But Tucson would force their way right back into this one. 14 minutes to go. Crossed by this time substitute Derek Korf with the left foot to the back post. Sliding in comes Connor Doyle and Shaq Adams. Nobody's really sure exactly who got the final touch. I thought it was Shaq Adams. The stat man gave it an own goal to Connor Doyle. But Tucson would be unable to find the game-tying goal and would fall in this one 2-1 at home. And then last night, well actually yesterday afternoon I should say, a little 4 p.m. action in Toronto. The first game up there since 2019. Caleb Patterson-Sewell was standing on his head early in this one. A couple of big saves for him. This game would mark the final game of the first half of the season for USL League One. That's by total games played. Here's another great save off his head, I think, this one by Caleb Patterson-Sewell. We wouldn't see any goals in this one, but we would see a couple of key saves. That one did hit Patterson-Sewell in the noggin. Whatever you got to do to keep it out, that's what you do. We saw what we thought would be a game-changing moment here. Brandon Fricky with his second yellow card of the game, both in the first half. Fricky didn't agree with that one. The first yellow card was also a bit of a phantom one, but Dallas J would come to the rescue late here. Big save just at the edge of his 6-yard box to keep this one scoreless for a big point for Greenville with a short-handed squad up north of the border. We'll be right back with the rest of halftime here from Richmond.
Health. Suddenly that word seems more important these days, as it's consumed all aspects of our lives and made our universes feel smaller than ever. But at Bon Secours, your health has always been our top priority, and we're staying as committed as always to personalizing the right care for you. Because whether here or from home, we believe your health care should always revolve around you. Bon Secours, primary care for the universe of you. Visit bonsecours.com/primary care to connect with the provider today.
I'm saving money for the animal shelter. Could I give Pixie a bath for $3?
Sure.
Wash your car for $5?
Deal.
How about I keep your money in my bank? Just $7 a month.
We already have free checking from Atlantic Union Bank. But wait, I have another idea. Come with me.
It's your money. Why pay a monthly fee or get hit with hidden charges?
How much?
You don't have that kind of money.
We see them compete, striving for greatness. But there's always more to their story. An unforgettable touchdown. A story of survival. A grade school go-kart champion. And a record-breaking triathlete. Go beyond the roster with Lane Casadante, Thursdays at 11. Kristen Lures with your morning drive on CBS 6 This Morning.
I am a first-generation student here at Bellevue University. I feel like if I were to have gone to a different university, my experience would have been a lot more stressful and overwhelming, because I feel like I wouldn't have gotten that personal experience that Bellevue University has to offer.
The 18, DeMarcus Sargent goes to his left. Hard strike, and it's in the net. 2-1 Oakland. Split another massive stop. Scoots deflected, and a big save from Rawls. As Asante takes this on. Oh, that's a tremendous goal from Solo.
Welcome back to our halftime report here in Richmond, brought to you by Noodles & Company. Home team with a 1-0 lead at the break. But let's take a look at some news and notes from around League One before we get to our second half action. Friday's match between Greenville and Toronto is halfway mark in USL League One. Robbie Christo, player of the week with those 2 great goals. And some new foes faced this weekend. 4 of the 5 matchups, teams are facing each other for the first time in 2021. Let's take a look at that upcoming schedule here in League One. Later on tonight, Union Omaha hosting North Texas. Then on tomorrow evening, I'll be bringing you that one. Fort Lauderdale hosting North Carolina FC. And then 2 midweek matchups next week. New England hosting North Carolina, and Toronto 2 hosting these Richmond Kickers, a trip up north for Darren Sawatsky's men. Here's a look at the USL League One Team of the Week. That man there, Robbie Christo, with his 2 great goals. Damir Biadair's superb strike for Union Omaha. He ends up on there, as well as his teammate Greg Hurst. So stay with us. We'll be right back in a couple of minutes with first half highlights and stats in our halftime report presented by Noodles Company, followed by the start of the second half here from City Stadium between Richmond and Tucson. We'll be right back. Stay with us.
Health. Suddenly that word seems more important these days, as it's consumed all aspects of our lives and made our universes feel smaller than ever. But at Bon Secours, your health has always been our top priority, and we're staying as committed as always to personalizing the right care for you. Because whether here or from home, we believe your health care should always revolve around you. Bon Secours, primary care for the universe of you. Visit bonsecours.com/primary care to connect with the provider today.
I'm saving money for the animal shelter. Could I give Pixie a bath for $3?
Sure.
Wash your car for $5?
Deal.
How about I keep your money in my bank? Just $7 a month.
We already have free checking from Atlantic Union Bank. But wait, I have another idea. Come with me.
It's your money. Why pay a monthly fee or get hit with hidden charges?
How much?
You don't have that kind of money.
Whether you like it cool or hot or somewhere in between, James River Air will keep you exactly where you want to be. Call 1-800-COMFORT. James River Air, Richmond's #1 heating and cooling company.
Everybody has a story. Professional artist, nationally acclaimed guitarist, professional wrestler fighting cancer. From shy child to street performer, producing music in the pandemic. The king of Carytown. Meet the most interesting people in Central Virginia. I Have a Story with Greg McQuaid, Fridays at 11.
You can call James River Air or you can schedule service online. Either way, we'll show up on time or it's free. James River Air, Richmond's #1 heating, cooling, and plumbing company.
Welcome back to halftime here, presented by Noodles and Company. Let's take a look at our first half highlights. Richmond with the 1-0 lead at the break. Let's see how they got there. Richmond had the better of the early action. Didn't have the best possession though. This one was an early strike by Victor Falk from. That was a good save in the end by Wallace Lapsley. Stuck his right arm out and made solid contact to keep Victor Falk, the sweet native of Sweden, from scoring. Tucson had a few half chances in the first half. Bedoya here across from Derek Korf, one intercepted by Ivan Magallanes, returning after his red card suspension. He's had a big first half so far with a couple of key interceptions, including that one. If that one had found Uzo at the back post, it would have been 1-0. And here it was eventually 1-0. Emiliano Terzaghi crossing the path of Kalen Fox and getting his ankles clipped. Fox tried to get out the way, but was a little clumsy with it, and that resulted in the penalty. Emiliano Terzaghi would deposit his 9th goal of the season into the back of the net, sending Wallace Lapsley the wrong way, and that would give Richmond their first lead in quite a while. Coming into this one, they only led 19 minutes total in the last 5 games. You can add 26 to that now, as that one came in the 19th minute for Terzaghi. Gary Korf was probably the most dangerous player for Tucson in the first 45 minutes. That shot there flashed wide of Akira Fitzgerald's goal. Gary Korf was on the left and the right. They couldn't find the back of the net in that first half. They'll try to do so in the second. We're all ready for kickoff here, as the sun starts to really set now in Richmond. We'll notify you of any potential changes.
Please remember to use the aisles to get up and down the bleachers.
Don't see any initially here.
Please pay attention to the action on the field at all times. Soccer balls can enter the stands at a high rate of speed at any time. If a game ball enters your seating area, please do not throw it on the field.
See the goal scorer there, Emiliano Terzaghi, as well as Abena Uzo, who had some half chances, had a header, almost got on goal. He thought it was a corner, but he was given the goal kick instead. And we're underway here in the second half as JC Griggs blows our whistle. Tucson in the white from right to left to get us going. Richmond in the majority red, a little bit of white going from left to right here at their home stadium, City Stadium. FC Tucson with 63.2% of the possession in the first half. Had 90 more passes completed than Richmond. Also led in the shots category, 9-6, but only 1 on target, which really didn't bother Akira Fitzgerald. Here's Bedoya. Some space on the edge of the box, cuts it back for Korf. Lovely move back to his left foot and looks for the free kick, doesn't get it. JC Griggs had a great view of it. But not for the first time tonight. The Tucson players look for a foul and hasn't got it. This will be a foul though. Looks like Shaq Adams took one perhaps in the face. Experience the Kickers in a whole new way in 2021 with Kickers Plus, an all-new subscription plan to save 50% on matchday tickets, access to special events and exclusive digital content, 15% off merchandise, and more. Subscribe now at richmondkickers.com/Kickers Plus. As Tucson Getters restarted here, looking for that game-tying goal in the second 45 minutes. Noah Frankie on the ball now, was a busy man in that first half, pushing up down that right wing from his fullback spot. Here he is again. Challenges by Viñals, no foul though. And Terzaghi will come away with it. Richmond on the transition, but that one's given away to Kalen Fox. Frankie, nice move back to Shaq Adams. He's got Uzo in the middle. Lovely block there though by Chris Cole. This will be a corner. Charlie Dennis will go over to take it. The 5th corner of the evening for FC Tucson. See if they can produce a scoring chance with it. Dennis will swing it in with his left foot. Looking for Uzo, it's over his head. Cleared away, but only as far as Calvo. Kickers finally hook it away. Wallace Lapsley playing some sweeper keeper. Schenfeld picked up a yellow card in that first half. He's got to be careful. Uzo with a left-footed strike. That one may be kept in by Charlie Dennis. Oh, well, no. Englishman's first touch let him down, and that will result in a goal kick. Daniel Bedoya, the other one with a yellow card in the first half for Tucson. No yellows for Richmond. Richmond came into this game tied for second in the league in yellow cards with 35, a full 11 behind the league leaders Tormenta. Interesting that they're also second in the most fouls committed. 11 behind Tormenta there as well. Only 5 fouls conceded so far tonight for Richmond though. Tucson leading them in that category by 3. It's Bedoya. Derry Korf back on the left again where we saw him start the game. Looking to take on Calvo. Good work there by Calvo in the end, but then he falls over. Korf, the back post, and how did Uzo miss that? To Benna, Uzo. It looked easier to score than to miss. The big Nigerian, super service from Korf. Let's take another look at it here. Did well to shrug off the attack of Calvo. To Benna, Uzo really should have put that one in the back of the net. Should be 1-1. He was slightly off balance. All he had to do was keep it down. Kira Fitzgerald was committed to the front post. That's going to be a foul on former FC Tucson player Esteban Calvo. Calvo, formerly of FIU, where he played alongside Andrew Booth of Greenville. Stuck in Costa Rica to start the season with some visa issues was Calvo. Missed the first 3 games. Now solidly entrenched as Darren Sawatsky's starting right back. This is going to be another foul on Viñals. Richmond trying to catch up in that foul category, I guess, ever since I mentioned it. It's Manuel Ferriel. Swings this one over to Schenfeld. I'm going to say the ball was moving. We had a good look at it. I don't think it was, but let's do it again. This time it's not going to be Ferriel. It's going to be Frankie instead. Chips it forward. Looking for Bedoya. Maglia is all over him. Bedoya knocks that one off the Brazilian's leg for a throw. Dennis. Looking for the foul from Zach Moran, but instead it will be a foul on Dennis. Can't watch the match? Turn on SiriusXM FC channel 157, North America's only 24/7 source of soccer radio, featuring Ray Hudson, Tony Miola, Rodney Marsh, and USL All Access with Mike Watts and Devin Kerr every Tuesday night at 7 p.m. Eastern. You can also hear live action from the USL, MLS, Premier League, and more, all on SiriusXM FC 157 and the SXM app. Dennis. Looking for Uzo down the wing. He's fouled there by Magallanes. Maybe our first yellow card for a Richmond player. May have come back for the previous foul on Dennis. It was a yellow card. Looks like it's going to be for Stanley Alves. That'll be the first one of the evening for Richmond.
Yellow card issued to Richmond number 21, Stanley Alves.
That's Alves' first yellow card of the season. He was the only Richmond player coming into this game without a yellow card, so at least in the 18 tonight. Meanwhile, Ivan Magallanes is still down on the edge of his box. It's a concern for Darren Sawatsky. One of the best center backs in the league over these last 2 seasons is Ivan Magallanes. I will correct myself. Kerry Fitzgerald does not have a yellow. So Alves was the only outfield player in the 18 without a yellow card. Magallanes gets some attention to his right ankle. We will restart, I think, with a free kick over towards the touchline. Magallanes' foul, sort of the secondary foul on the play. Griggs brought it back. Oh no, take that. Oh yes, we are going to have it. That's just the 10-yard mark Griggs is making. Let's see if we can see exactly what happened. As Magallanes also gets the yellow card. Here's the initial foul from Alves. Just clattered into Dennis clumsily, and then Alves clipped Uzo. So 2 yellow cards on the same play for Richmond. One for Alves and one for Ivan Magallanes. It's only Magallanes' second yellow card of the season for the former second-round pick back in 2016 by Houston Dynamo. Captain for Richmond. So Daniel Bedoya here looked to get an assist on this actually game-tying goal, but this comes off the head of Uzo as his frustrating night continues. It was a good ball in from Bedoya, but Uzo just couldn't get his head around it, and on target. The 8th shot off target this evening for Tucson. Tough time breaking down Omaha's vaunted defense last weekend. But that did get that late goal, which was given as an own goal to Connor Doyle. Having a tough time here finding quality chances against this Richmond defense, as you see John Perlman there in the blue shirt, sitting on the bench. Made some timely subs last season that really brought them right back into the game. They brought in Delgado and Ferriol. Ferriol's obviously starting tonight. I'm sure we'll see Delgado here in the next 35 minutes at some point. He said he just can't seem to pick the right guys on the right night. But he did say when the guys don't get the call, they've been prepared to come off the bench and make an impact. He has so many weapons there, he's not going to hold them back, said Perlman. Ferriol may not go 90 tonight. He wasn't feeling well last week. See if that does happen to be the case tonight. Uzo with his back to goal. And a good turn. Shoot it right-footed! Comfortable save, though, by Fitzgerald in the end. Back to Uzo, though! And this second attempt is wide. Good work there by Uzo. That's where John Perlman wants to see him. With his back to goal and 20 yards out or so. We'll take another look at the replay here. It's a lovely ball in. A great first touch off the thigh. Lovely turn on Magallanes. 23 yards or so out. Forced a half-decent save by Fitzgerald. He saw it all the way, though. Did the Richmond goalkeeper. And our score here remains 1-0 Richmond. Emiliano Tarzagi's 19th minute penalty remains the difference in this one. Here's Shaq Adams. Frankie cruises past Vinyals. And a lovely ball to Dennis. Crossed in looking for Uzo's. Cleared away there by Chrysler. And into the River City Red Army. Good few minutes of pressure here from Tucson as they seek the game-tying goal. Have to pause a second with 2 balls on the field. Dennis looks for Uzo, who just dumped Jonathan Bolaños on the ground. Uzo, not for the first time this evening, expresses his discontent with the call. That's going to result in a yellow card. That's sort of an accumulation. The River City Red Army lets Tabena Uzo know how they feel about his response to that foul. So Tabena Uzo picks up his first yellow card of the season. Take a look at what he did to earn that card. Bolaños was in good position and Uzo just stuck a shoulder in between his shoulder blades. And that was enough to send Bolaños to the turf. I'm sure it was some good-natured banter from the River City Red Army. Keir Fitzgerald will take this free kick. The United Soccer League, all 12 League One clubs and its players stand together in support of diversity, inclusivity, equality, and compassion. For more information on the USL's commitment to change through the United Against Racism campaign, visit uslsoccer.com. Richmond can't make the most of that deep throwing, and Bedoya will come away with it. Uzo now out on the wing. Not the most fleet of foot. Good pass though to find Dennis. Tucson will change point of attack here. Adams. Frankie on the lovely overlapping run. He's got Korf and Uzo in the middle as well as Dennis. Ball in looking for Korf for the bicycle kick. Just didn't get quite enough contact with his right foot. Good effort though by the Englishman. FC Tucson now with nearly 66% of the possession. Just haven't been able to turn it into a goal so far. We have another goal in Chattanooga. Forward Madison have tied things up. 34th minute goal, his second in as many games by Noah Fuson. So 1-1 there in Chattanooga. Lots of these top 3 teams picking up ties all over the place over the last couple months. A month and a half, I'll say. It's really led to things tightening up in those USL League One standings. Here's Magallanes. Ball eventually finds Bolaños, and it's going to be offside though. Not sure if it was him or on the initial touch, I think by Vinales. Ferriol gives Bolaños a little shove. No harm done. Tucson will look to build from the back. Get the all-new 2021 Richmond Kickers kits and check out all the other new product lines at shop.richmondkickers.com. Ferriol. See how much he's got left in the tank. Schenfeld with the left-footed cross. That's not going to be any danger to Akira Fitzgerald, though. He'll let that one run out for a goal kick.
This is your last call for adult beverages. All sales stop after the 70th minute. Last call for adult beverages.
Tucson going to put a little pressure on this goal kick. That'll result in Fitzgerald going to go long, not for the first time tonight. We mentioned Richmond up next at Toronto, a short week on Friday. That doesn't help things with the travel. We'll see what kind of squad they go up there with. Again, we saw Richmond, we saw Greenville go up there with barely 13 or 14 players yesterday in the 0-0 draw, and then went down to 10. And Brandon Fricky gets sent off. Tabena Uzo's got to be careful. JC Griggs is going to have a word with him. Uzo just got the yellow card for dissent. Will now be chatted with JC Griggs. Probably a final warning here for the man from Nigeria. spent some time in the USL Championship with Colorado Springs as well as FC Tulsa. I'm sure JC Griggs is basically saying, look, no more nonsense, otherwise you're going to be sent to the showers. So I mentioned Toronto. Before we get to that, let's talk about a substitution here for Darren Sawatsky. It's going to be Matt Baldock coming in for Neil Vinyals. So a little bit more pace on that left side for Darren Sawatsky. So we mentioned Toronto on Friday. Following Saturday, Richmond will be host New England 2. And then we'll play at Greenville, where they lost, well, excuse me, they hosted Greenville earlier this season, lost 1 game. And then we'll have home matches against NCFC to finish off August, and then open September with a game against Madison. So 3 of the next 5 at home for Richmond. So Baldock for Vinyals, just a like-for-like sub on that left side of the midfield. We'll see how long John Perlman waits to make his first move off the bench. Terzaghi had a quiet second half so far. He's actually had a relatively quiet game other than the penalty. He's been kept in check as that's a poor pass from Calvo. Bedoya coming the other way, looking for Adams to make the run, but he didn't. Well, he'll just keep it. Swing it wide to Korf. Charlie Dennis with some space onto his right foot. Lovely save by Fitzgerald. No foul on the rebound. Dennis again. Another great save by Akira. Akira Fitzgerald standing on his head as he has done a ton this season. Hasn't managed to find the clean sheets of late, but he wants one tonight and showed it there with a big double save. Here comes Dennis with the cross, the corner, I should say. Fitzgerald gets enough on it to put it as far as Schenfeld. Oh, that almost went in under the crossbar. It's far enough out that I thought Fitzgerald would have a good view of it, but looks like he almost got fooled. So Akira Fitzgerald with 3 saves in the space of 30 seconds. Schenfeld with a crack from distance with his left foot. Looks like Akira Fitzgerald may have misjudged it off the foot initially and almost crept it under his bar as Schenfeld heads it back to Wallace Lapsley. Don't forget to stick around after the game for our save of the match presented by Implausible Pups. One of those may feature from Akira Fitzgerald. This one's headed away by Calvo. Here's Baldock. Falcon some space. Going to take on Schenfeld. Chips it in with his right foot, looking for the back post. What a touch on that one by Noah Frankie. Jonathan Bolaños must have been licking his lips at the potential for his 3rd goal of the season, but a lovely touch away at the last minute by Noah Frankie. Let's take another look at it. It was a lovely ball in by Frankie. Big interception there by Frankie. Bolaños, the man just denied that goal scoring opportunity, will take the corner. 3rd corner of the evening for the home team. Here comes the delivery. Lapsley makes a bit of a mess of it. Out to Baldock. His right-footed effort is well wide of the net. Lapsley could perhaps have caught that one. He in some traffic. Managed to get enough on it to get it out of danger. Bedoya. This one come all the way back to Terzaghi. Richmond's last clean sheet came back on June 12th. That was in a 0-0 draw at forward Madison. Here's Calvo making a run forward. Left-footed ball in, was looking for Alves. Didn't find him though, and Tucson will clear. Only as far as Baldock though. Been active since he's come on the pitch. Nice ball out wide. Bolaños. Left-footed cross, but Lapsley's there at his front post to claim. to get the transition going quickly here. Schenfeld. For halftime in Chattanooga. 1-1 there between Red Wolves and forward Madison. New signing Chino Perez getting an immediate start for forward Madison in the midfield. Looks like we'll have our first FC Tucson substitution of the evening.
Tucson substitution departing the match, number 17, Shaq Adams, entering the game, number 11.
As you hear the PA announcer state, Shaq Adams leaving the game, being replaced by Kevin Rodriguez. Made a nice impact off the bench last weekend against Omaha. Former Houston Dynamo youth, 2019 Super Draft pick by Minnesota United. Had a bit of a groin issue earlier this season. This is only his 7th appearance. Schenfeld. Korf gets some space in the middle. Back from Uzo. Right-footed shot by Korf. May have got a deflection. No, it was just a poor shot. Not the best effort from Korf. Tucson have had the better of the first half of this second half, that's for sure. But still remain down 1-0 here to the Richmond Kickers, thanks to that Tozagi penalty. Tucson now with 5 shots on target compared to Richmond's 2. 18 shots total for Tucson. 11 of them off target. Fox. Here's Uzo. That ball did roll out. Yes, it did. Careful to Benna. Smart play there. The 1 yellow card. You know he can't afford another bit of dissent. He's already been warned by J.C. Griggs. He's on the edge of a potential red card. Korf. Looking to take on Falk. Instead finds his fellow Englishman Dennis, but it rolls past him. And Richmond will look to come away with it with Tozagi. Bolaños streaking down the right side. Over to pay some attention is Ferrier. Bolaños will look to take him on and does. Touch was a little heavy though, but he maintains control. Falk. He's going to have a crack from distance. It was more of a shot come across, but Baldock manages to keep it in. But then Frankie's over to clean up. He'll look to come away with it. For the W, the USL recently announced the formation of the USLW League, providing increased equity and opportunity for women looking to pursue careers in soccer both on and off the pitch. Hold on 1 second here as Dennis comes down the other way. Here's Korf with a first-time shot, flicked by by Calvo. Fitzgerald will punch away, but only as far as here's Schenfeld. W League will be comprised of clubs across the championship as Uzo's shot rolls past Fitzgerald's post. Be comprised of clubs from across the championship, League 1, League 2, as well as new expansion markets. W League is set to begin play in 2022 in more than 30 communities across the U.S. Head over to uslwleague.com to learn more. So another shot off target for Tucson. They're racking up this evening. That's 12 now. That man Akira Fitzgerald had 3 big saves in a short span, though, to keep Richmond in it just 10 minutes or so ago. Keep their team with a 1-0 lead, I should say, not keep them in it. That one bounces off the aging bleachers here at City Stadium. In the 71st minute now, 1-0 Richmond. We'll see how long John Promo makes to make another substitution, just the one so far, with Rodriguez in. Comes Manuel Ferrier. Noah Frankie had a good game tonight down that right side. Lovely ball there for Dennis. Got Derek Korf calling for it in the middle. Dennis, the former Tormenta player, finds Korf, but a lovely play by Fitzgerald to come out and shut down the angle, not allow Korf to get a good ball into the middle. It will result in a corner, though, for Tucson. Their 7th of the match. Will the pressure finally pay off here? Into the box comes Fox. and Barnathan, the two big center backs. Here's the ball in for Dennis. Looking for Uzo. Cleared away there by Chrysler, though. Ferriol will have a go. Just over the bar. Good attempt by the man from Valencia, Spain. It was the 40th pick in the 2020 draft by FC Dallas. Wasn't signed, though. It's only his second start since coming back from injury. Did score a great goal against North Carolina earlier this year. Lovely curler from the edge of the box. Stay up to date with team news, scores, and more on the Kickers mobile app. Download it now on the Apple App Store or on the Google Play Store. That's the Kickers app. Come Tucson. Rodriguez looking to make an impact. Good ball into the box, but cleared away by Chrysler. And a nice one-handed grab by the ball person. Gets a little fist pump.
Tucson certifications.
And a high five from the front row at City Stadium.
Departing the match, number 21, Manuel Ferriol. Entering the game, number 20,
John Perlman's going to make his moves now. Just over 17 minutes remaining. Gio Calixtro will enter. He'll replace Barnathan, who hands off the captain's armband to Kalen Fox, his former center back partner now. So Calixtro on for Barnathan. See what John Perlman does at the back here. Didn't quite see the other substitution that came on. Perlman made two at once there. I'll update you with that in a second. I see Joao Delgado is on the pitch, so an interesting change for Perlman. Going to three at the back. It looks like Schenfeld's going to go to center back. Fox to right back. Joao Delgado at left back. I don't know, we'll see in a second here, but definitely an offensive substitution for Perlman. As you can see how many players they now have in the final third. This one's off the top of the head of Chris Cole and out for a corner. See the sub there. Ferriol, we didn't think he'd go 90 minutes coming off the illness. Good 73 plus though for him. So Perlman going with three at the back. As Charlie Dennis gets some verbal from the River City Red Army. Ball floated in towards Rodriguez. Uzo gets ahead on it, but it's well wide. We're going to have a couple of subs for Darren Sawatsky now as Hernan Gonzalez on the right there, Luke Pavone on the left.
Departing the match, number 17.
They will replace Jonathan Bolaños.
And number 21.
As well as Stanley Alves. Luke Pavone capable of playing right back or center forward. Just provides some fresh legs, you'd think, for Darren Sawatsky. Hernan Gonzalez provides some height up top, some hold up play. Looks like Pavone will set up alongside Emi Terzaghi. Or perhaps Terzaghi dropping back into the 10 role behind Gonzalez and Pavone. See how it all plays out here. Looks like that's what's going to be the case. Provide some fresh legs on both sides up top for Richmond. Should do exactly this right here. Chase balls into the final third and waste more time. Richmond looking for a much needed win at home here is Hernan Gonzalez. Speculative effort at best. That one ends up a long way over Wallace Lapsley's goal. Wallace Lapsley, only the 2 saves on the evening. This one's messed up a little bit. Dennis was looking for a handball, but no call from J.C. Griggs. There's some good hold-up play by Gonzalez. Finds his countryman Terzaghi. As J.C. Griggs blows his whistle for something on the sideline here. It's going to be a yellow card issued to somebody on the bench. Looks like Shaq Adams must have said something. So Shaq Adams leaves the game and then gets a yellow card.
Yellow card issued to the Tucson bench in the 77th minute.
That's his first yellow card of the season for Shaq Adams. Every started play, Chris Cole knocks that one off Calixtro. And Gio Calixtro, 4 assists on the season. That ties him for 4th in League One. It's only the 4th game he hasn't started. Another one to have picked up a red card earlier this season. He was sent off against North Texas. And 55 appearances for Timbers too in the USL Championship. He's only 20 years old, so that's quite an accomplishment. Throw in here coming from Cole. Looking for the big presence of Hernan Gonzalez, but that one will go out for a goal kick. Comes Tucson. Frankie. Rodriguez, that's going to be a handball. Experience the Kickers in a whole new way in 2021 with Kickers Plus, an all-new subscription plan to save 50% on matchday tickets, get access to special events and exclusive digital content, 15% off merchandise, and more. Subscribe now at richmondkickers.com/Kickers Plus. Lapsley, careful. Oh, Lapsley not looking too confident on the ball inside his own 6-yard box. Tucson will escape this though. Calixtro is fouled. Look to restart things quickly. Delgado. There's Dennis on the inside. Going to skip it through to nobody, but he'll chase this one through and pressure Calvo. He's lucky to get away with the deflected clearance. Foul. Under more pressure here. So Tucson now looking with this wing-back system. 3 at the back with Delgado on the left. Kevin Rodriguez on the right. Dennis. All the way back to Bedoya. He'll chip this one in towards the box. Looking for Uzo, but he finds it, falls at the feet of Delgado. Back to Uzo. Lovely back heel to Delgado. Left-footed strike! Not enough to trouble Kira Fitzgerald. Got down quickly to his left. Didn't quite have enough power to beat the veteran goalkeeper. Fitzgerald's 7th save of the evening. Again, Fitzgerald looking for his first clean sheet in 7 games. He's 10 minutes away plus injury time from doing so. Underway in Omaha between Union Omaha and North Texas. In the 8th minute there, no score. You can tune into that one after this contest. You can catch the end of Chattanooga Forward Madison if you like. All available obviously on ESPN Plus. Lapsley. Next up at FC Tucson will be a home game against North Texas next weekend. Drew 0-0 with them back in June, and then another game against Omaha, who they've already lost twice to in the last few games. They'll travel to Fort Lauderdale, host Greenville, and then travel to Foxborough to take on New England 2, a team they beat 4-2 just a couple of weeks ago. Tucson going long here, but there's Magallanes. Nice interception by the big center back. Another solid game for the man from Brazil. John Perlman still does have 2 subs at his disposal. Only used the 3 so far. Joao Delgado. Bedoya. The only real offensive option left on the bench for Perlman, though, is Franco Perez, 25-year-old striker on loan from Estudiantes. He's only made 1 start this season. He was sent off in the win over North Carolina. He was only on the field for 8 minutes. If he would have come on now, he would only get 8 minutes, but I don't see any action just yet from John Perlman. Here's Delgado. Korf. It's been a little quiet as Derry Korf. Will he be able to make some late noise with perhaps a game-tying goal? Tucson push forward here. They've had much the better of this second half, possession-wise and chance-wise. Calixtro. Here's the ball in, looking for the head of Uzo, but it'll find the hands of Fitzgerald instead. Tucson still hanging around that 65% mark in possession. 25 shots for Tucson. 7 of those on target. 14 off target. Only the 2 shots on target for Richmond. But if they can hold on for this win, I don't think Darren Sawatsky will care about that number. Baldock. Foul, but a nice turn. Here comes Pavone. Here's the cross. Well, I thought it was going to be a cross. In the end, I'm not sure exactly what it was, but it results in a goal kick. Charlie Dennis appears to have got a yellow card. Not sure what for. Charlie's not afraid to let his views known to the referee. Got a card last week against Omaha. That'll be his 5th yellow card of the season. Uzo. Battle of the sevens here is Baldock, who's a good few inches shorter, and that's being kind. Good tackle there by Baldock, but there was a whistle right before the tackle. I'm not sure if it was for, yeah, it was something just before. It's a good sliding challenge from Baldock. Tucson will have a chance to get this one into the danger area. Charlie Dennis, the likely taker, as J.C. Griggs sprays his 10-yard line. It will be Dennis to try and put this one into the mixer. See if he can find the head of Uzo. Here comes the ball in. Does find a head, and it's just wide from Derry Korf. You can see how angry Kira Fitzgerald is. Derry Korf was far too wide open for his liking. Korf just couldn't redirect the header on target. Yet another shot off target for FC Tucson, their 15th of the evening. As you can hear from the River City Red Army. A whistle from J.C. Griggs. You have to assume a yellow card for somebody from Richmond. Oh, Akira Fitzgerald's going to get the yellow, I assume for time wasting. He isn't particularly taking too much time here. J.C. Griggs getting a little card happy here in the last 15 minutes of this game. Down goes Charlie Dennis. It's the 7th yellow card of the evening for both teams. Here's Calixtro. Swings in right foot, looking for the head of Uzo. Couldn't redirect it either side of Kira Fitzgerald. Derry Korf was wide open at the back post. Perhaps a flick to him would have worked a little better. Schenfeld, been part of that current back three for John Perlman. Tucson with 16 shots alone in the second half. Haven't been able to convert any of them into a goal. And another foul. This one on Zaka Moran. We're going to have a substitution here for Richmond. Emiliano Terzaghi. His night will be over. The goal scorer, his 19th minute penalty. The difference so far in this one, he'll make way for Olex Anderson. So one goal scorer from last week makes way for another goal scorer from last week. Anderson, 25-year-old from St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Played for Sounders, too. That's where he knows Darren Sawatsky from. Sawatsky, former U23 coach with the Sounders organization. So Tucson elect not to put this one into the box. Instead, we try a secondary route. Here's Bedoya. Swings in the cross. Calvo's there to clear, but only as far as Schenfeld. Schenfeld's ball is looking for Rodriguez. Nodded down though. Here comes Olex. No, you won't get to that one. Tucson will have to restart from inside their own half as we are under 3 minutes remaining in regulation here from City Stadium. Richmond 1, Tucson 0. Correction on an earlier yellow card to the Tucson bench. It was to Ferriol, but here comes Dennis looking to chip it through to Delgado. Doesn't quite reach him. So not Shaq Adams, it was Manuel Ferriol who got the yellow on the bench. Here's Fox. Low left-footed cross. Rolls all the way through, and here's Alex Anderson with a chance to stretch his legs, and that's exactly what he'll do. Some tired legs on Tucson, and Alex Anderson won't be able to keep that one in. With a win here, Richmond would move into the playoff places. Give them 20 points and 6th position in the table. Just a point ahead of New England 2, Fort Lauderdale, and Forward Madison, who are currently still playing. So if Madison could find a late winner in Chattanooga, that would bump Richmond out of the playoff places. But for now, this is what one win can do you in USL League One. You can jump up 4 places, or 3 places, excuse me, into the playoff spots. Currently only 6 points separating 2nd and 9th. It's going to be a great second half to the season as these teams race for those 6 playoff spots. As Frankie goes down, it'll only be a throw-in as we enter the final minute of the 90 here from City Stadium. Dennis. Will Tucson be able to find a late goal to tie things up here? Cross comes in, but that's going to be intercepted there and then cleared away. There's Anderson with another chance to run. Loves to do it. That's going to be a foul, surely. No. No call. Tucson will knock it down deep, looking for Korf. Got the other side of Calvo, and it goes down. No call, though. Esteban Calvo, not the place to be clumsy all the time. No call on this play, though, from J.C. Griggs. We'll add some minutes to the potential injury time, which we'll find out in a second, though. J.C. Griggs just checking on the injured player, Calvo. Tucson with 422 passes in this game to Richmond's 215. 27 shots to 9. In favor of the visitors. 15 off target though, 8 on target and 4 blocked. But it's Emiliano Terzagi's penalty that is the difference in this one as we head into 5 minutes of injury time. Not a number that will please Darren Sawatsky, I'm sure. We asked Darren Sawatsky to grade his season so far. Derek Korf is going to get a yellow card for dissent. His 2nd of the season. So that's 6 of the current outfield players for Tucson with a yellow card. They're going to have to be careful here in the last 4 minutes plus. Not to pick up a 2nd yellow and miss the next match. Again, the next match for them will be at home against North Texas next Saturday. Kira Fitzgerald, this man here with some key saves early in the second half. Keep the clean sheet will be his first in a few games. Got off to a great start this season in that regard, but this team's been leaking goals of late, but not tonight so far. despite the efforts of Tucson with their 27 shots. This one's going to go all the way through to Lapsley. He'll beat Anderson to that one. Try and restart the attack with Schenfeld, who just hoops it downfield. Looking for the head of Uzo. It's Beno Uzo with that golden chance earlier in this half at the back post. He'll be regretting after this one. This one goes deep. Looking for Calixtro. Cleared away by Magallanes. Go out for a throw here. Into the 3rd minute now of injury time. Here's Korf. Back to Frankie. In some space is Calixtro. Pulls it back for Rodriguez and over to Dennis. Instead, it'll be Jal Delgado, and he can't keep that one down. And yet another shot goes to waste for John Perlman's men. Jal Delgado off the bench with a good shooting opportunity there, but couldn't keep it down. We have a goal in Omaha. The league leaders are in front in the 19th minute. Guess who? Greg Hurst. His 9th goal this season, if I think I'm correct there. Match Emiliano Terzaghi. This one goes out for a throw. We're into the 4th minute now of a minimum of 5. Yes, Hurst and Terzaghi now tied with 9 apiece. 3 back of league leader Marios Lomas of the Greenville Triumph. Here's Korf. Calixtro's found himself in some space that's coming on. Delgado. Tucson have one last chance here. This one's lobbed in towards Uzo. Pulled down to Dennis with the right-footed shot. It's deflected off Zaka Moran. Not sure if he meant to be on the ground at that point, but either way, it was a crucial stop by the man from Argentina. Seems to be all right on his feet now. And be a corner for Tucson. They throw bodies forward, including Wallace Lapsley, the goalkeeper in the box. Here comes the ball in. Cleared away by Luke Pavone. Pavone goes down, no foul though. Tucson still alive here. Dennis looking to skip inside on Pavone, but I was going to say a great tackle, but Pavone scored for the foul and a yellow card. It's Pavone's 2nd yellow of the season. It gives Tucson a chance to get another ball into the box. As we're entering the last minute of what should be 5 minutes of injury time. There may be a little bit more added. We'll see what J.C. Griggs does. Dennis serves this one in. Looking for the head of somebody, and it almost finds Kalen Fox at the back post. It was flicked away by Richmond, and another corner for Tucson. They've given it all tonight on the road here in Richmond. It's been a valiant effort from the visiting team, but they just haven't been able to find that goal they so desperately need here. Here comes the corner from Bedoya. It's a low one. Finds Charlie Dennis, his left-footed shot. Ping pongs in the box. Uzo goes down. J.C. Griggs is taking a look at it. Uzo's down. J.C. Griggs is going to stop play. He's going to tell everybody to get out the way. I'm not sure what his decision is here. Uzo already on a yellow card. As Maxi Schenfeld comes over to plead his case, he's also on a yellow. Well, I'm not sure why J.C. Griggs stopped play other than that Uzo was down. Anyway, we're going to restart play with a throw for Tucson. Maxi Schenfeld continuing to harass the assistant referee. Kalen Fox is going to fling this one into the box with his large frame. This is surely going to be the last chance for the visitors. Here comes Fox's throw. Into the danger area, flicked on by Rodriguez. And there appears to be a foul in the box as Ivan Magallanes goes down, and Maxi Schenfeld's got to be careful here. He doesn't want to pick up his 3rd red card of the season. Luke Pavone tries to calm things down. And that will probably do it here from City Stadium after this free kick. I think it was Ivan Magallanes that hit the ground. Gracie Griggs saw the foul, and Kyria Fitzgerald will be hoping this is the last kick of this one. And that's going to be it from City Stadium. The Richmond Kickers, they'd only led for 19 minutes over the last 5 games, but it was the 19th minute goal from Emiliano Terzaghi that was the difference in this one. As the Kickers pick up only their 2nd win in the last 8 games, but will jump up into the playoff positions with that 1-0 victory brought to you by Better Med Urgent Care. Let's take a look at our save of the match, brought to you by Imposable Pups. Kyria Fitzgerald had to step up big time in a brief period here in the beginning of the first half. Charlie Dennis with a right-footed shot. Fitzgerald had to get low down quickly. Made another double save here, Dennis. That's your Imposable Pups save of the match. Kyria Fitzgerald, used to making saves in League One. And that was a couple of big ones there, as Tabena Uzo still pleading his case to the officials. Let's take a look at your extra security moment of the match, brought to you by Brinks. Great defensive play in the first half by Richmond. Ball was played in by Frankie. Adams at the back post pulled it back to Uzo. Shot from Dennis was blocked and then cleared away eventually by Richmond. That's your Brinks extra security moment of the match as Richmond pick up their first clean sheet in quite a while. The River City Red Army will be celebrating into the night this evening in Richmond as their boys pick up a 1-0 win over FC Tucson. We'll be right back with full-time highlights in a little bit here. Stay with us.
Suddenly that word seems more important these days, as it's consumed all aspects of our lives and made our universes feel smaller than ever. But at Bon Secours, your health has always been our top priority, and we're staying as committed as always to personalizing the right care for you. Because whether here or from home, we believe your health care should always revolve around you. Bon Secours, primary care for the universe of you. Visit bonsecours.com/primary care to connect with the provider today.
I'm saving money for the animal shelter. Could I give Pixie a bath for $3?
Sure.
Wash your car for $5?
Deal.
How about I keep your money in my bank? Just $7 a month.
We already have free checking from Atlantic Union Bank. But wait, I have another idea. Come with me.
It's your money. Why pay a monthly fee or get hit with hidden charges?
How much?
You don't have that kind of money.
If you thought only athletes were superstitious, then you haven't met the CBS 6 This Morning team. Like Rob here. He has to do everything 6 times before the newscast even begins.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Tom's all worried about stepping on cracks. And Reba, she has several good luck charms. It's getting out of hand. Oh, watch the ladder. Oh my goodness. Are you okay?
Make CBS 6 This Morning your superstition. Watch 4:30 to 7.
Welcome back to Richmond, Virginia. The Kickers with a big 1-0 win over FC Tucson thanks to Emiliano Terzaghi's first half penalty. But our player of the match this evening, brought to you by Kiter, is that man there, Ivan Magallanes, the center back and captain for the Kickers. Had 4 interceptions and 4 clearances this evening and a key block earlier in the evening. A big evening for Magallanes, kept Tabena Uzo in check. So let's go to our full-time highlights, see how the Kickers pulled off this 1-0 victory. It wasn't a pretty one. FC Tucson with 30 shots in total. We'll get to those final stats in a little bit here. Here's the penalty that led to the penalty, I should say, the foul that led to the penalty, as Terzaghi got crossed up. A little clumsy running by Kalen Fox. Good work by Terzaghi to earn the penalty, and then he would also deposit the penalty for his 9th goal this season. That will give him the 2nd place on his own for a while until Greg Hurst tied him up a little later as Wallace Lapsley watched that goes the wrong way and watches that one hit the back of the onion bag. Here's Derek Forth. He had a productive evening, but that was probably the best chance of the evening for Tabena Uzo. Wide open at the back post, really should have put this one away. That one went away. This was another good play by him, a turn Comfortable save in the end by Fitzgerald, who would make some key second half saves to keep the clean sheet. Uzo had a frustrating night. He had Magallanes and the combination of him and Chrysler kept him in check most of the evening. There was a half punch away by Fitzgerald. Back to Schenfeld. His left-footed shot almost dipped under the par, but Fitzgerald recovered in time to grab it. Tucson with all the pressure and 21 shots in that second half alone, 7 of them on target. But they couldn't find their way past that man, Kira Fitzgerald. Here's another late chance as Joao Delgado, his left-footed effort grabbed by Kira Fitzgerald. A close second for sure in the man of the match decision behind Ivan Magallanes. Here's your final match stats. 30 shots for FC Tucson. 8 of them on target with 67% possession, but the one number that counts is that one at the top. The one goal for the Richmond Kickers and the 3 points that vaults them in to the playoff positions as we stand at the moment this evening. Again, 2 games still going on, so check those out on ESPN+. But right here from Richmond, we're going to bid you goodbye as the home team Kickers pull off a 1-0 victory over visiting FC Tucson. A key 3 points for Darren Sawatzky's men as they look to climb up the table, and they do so in this tight table all the way up to 6th. River City Red Army will go home happy tonight. My name is Ross Davenport. Thanks to all my crew behind the scenes for bringing you this one. We'll see you next time on ESPN+. Kira Fitzgerald.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League League One cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League League One.